Everywhere. Good to see you. Yeah, and what do we got this morning? And I'm going to be going to the phones. I got to get to all the mail this morning too. And I got some crumb cake for you too. We take some. Got some cake for you, Charlene.
It's a full-service radio station.
So hey, you enjoying yourself, Charlene?
Yeah.
One on a request for Troy up in Teaneck, New Jersey. Casey and the Sunshine. Let's get up and dance. Casey and the Sunshine Band, written by Casey. I give you I'm Your Boogeyman.
Thomas Edison record player.
And then we still play vinyl. I'm the only one that still plays vinyl.
I'm your boogeyman. That's what I am.
We have fun 7 days a week, right?
Whatever I can. Be it early
A request show, good morning.
Okay, Bob, I have a slogan for you. You can't eat one potato chips. And if you listen to the Bob O'Brien and Teddy Smith show and your request show, with your request show, you can't stop, and I mean that.
And my request is to get me to the radio on time so I could listen to the All Request show. I hate when you put pressure on. You are rocking and rolling tonight on WPAT 930 on your AM dial with Bob O'Brien and Teddy Smith, where the music never stops. Teddy Smith with Bob O'Brien, rocking and bopping, man.
Well, we thank you for staying up there. The phones are wild at 212-219-9695. Nine, you like that? 9695. And Frankie, good morning. How are you? You're on the air.
Denny's there, right?
He's right here now. You had a question for him, and I told you he'd be back here.
Yep, I'm here.
68, he plays
I played the original Edison cylinders, the wax ones and the celluloid. We've got both of them here. We've got an original Edison here from around 1905. In fact, it's probably even earlier.
Okay, you played before 1909 by the light of the silvery moon?
Yeah, I think it's a little earlier than 1909, but yep, we played Ada Jones just a moment
Well, I
ago.
would like to hear, Ray Noble also recorded that song in 1942.
And everybody, what you got in front of me?
We pretty much surrounded the entire studio with pretty much the history of music. We've got Edison cylinders all over the place. There's about, I'd say, 10 or 15 of them. I've got over 100. There's an Edison cylinder player here, Thomas Edison cylinder player. There's a mighty tiny record player here with about 26 to 30 records for the mighty tiny record player. That was around 1967 that one came out. We've got 8-track tapes here also, from Meatloaf to the Beatles to Bay City Rollers and Queen. And the player we have for 8-track is the old Dynamite one, which was hawked by Jimmy Walker, right? From
That's right.
Good Times. And what else? We've got a whole bunch of vinyl here.
And Stuart's got a treat in the 3 o'clock hour. What do we got? What do you do with that horn there? We got a special treat by my cousin's father, right, in the 3 o'clock hour, Stuart?
D. Mitchell Reed.
We got Frank Sinatra. What do we? We're going to play Louis Prima, and what do we got? We got a surprise by Frank Sinatra that Stuart and I put together this afternoon.
Yeah, Frank Sinatra and Friends.
So here we go. Here's Ray Noble. Thank you so much, Frankie. Have a great morning. 212-219-9695. Ray Noble and his orchestra by the light of the silvery moon, 1941. Re-released. I couldn't spit that out. In 1944.
I'm only getting one channel on here. Is that all right?
Oh, you
Was
might
that?
have to just jiggle it.
I'm only getting one channel.
Oh yeah, that's because it's bad. You want to go right to the control because you want to be every. So what do we got, Denny? Shepard Smith of we read this note here. Thank you so much, Shirley, of Holland Springs, Minnesota. Says, what do we got? He wants to hear that.
The Edison cylinder player, don't you? Well,
Yes.
we've got, this is all the stuff we have sitting around here is from the Museum of Interesting Things, all those records. And we're going to play an Edison cylinder from Von Brund. It is Love Me All the Time. This one is a 2-minute disc. They made 4-minute discs and they made 2-minute discs. So if your song was Hey Jude, You are done in either 2 minutes or 4. And of course, I'm gonna give it a little wind.
Yes.
There's a big old spring inside of the
Now, a
thing.
question from Joe and Vilma over the can you overwind that? I'm just
Yes.
reading all the comments emailed to us.
Yes, actually, the first show the Museum of Interesting Things ever did was at my elementary school in Queens, New York. And believe it or not, on that very first show, I managed to play the disc. And then right after I played it, we wound it a little bit more, and the spring cracked. If you overwind it, it will snap.
And I'm looking for another one. I've got, I believe, 2 of them. I'm looking for another
And
one.
here we go. Oh, wait, hang on, it's a 2 minute. See if I can get it now.
She will be my own. Won't you, girlie G, won't you be mine? Love me, honey, won't you love me all the time? Rain or shine, all the time. Love me unto paradise we two shall climb. Love me dearly, most sincerely, all the time. When night comes and all is dreary, I miss you. Then my heart is grieved with sorrow, longing dearly for you. Every thought is of you, sweetheart, dreaming dreams of you, loved one sublime. When you've gone away, my heart longs to stay. Come back, dear, and love me all the time. Love me, honey, won't you love me all the time? Rain or shine, all the time. Love me unto paradise we two shall climb. Love me dearly, most sincerely, all the time.
Fantastic, and just reading Annabella Santarelli once here, Last Teardrop by Freddie Fender with that. And Bob, I'm reading the, I want to say what Tatiana Mate, Michael Vullo, and Esther Stabar, I think that's pronounced to it, on our Facebook. And if you go to Bob O'Brien All Request Show, go to Bob O'Brien and friends, Teddy Smith and everybody, you'll see everything right there. And you're really playing a wax cylinder? And I answered, yes, we are.
Yes, we are, absolutely. And in fact, if you come down this Sunday, January 19, we're doing a secret speakeasy in a giant Soho loft on 177 Prince Street. And we'll be playing wax cylinders, we'll be playing actual records, and showing 16mm films.
I can't wait. What do we got, Stuart? I want to get to this now because time waits for nobody. About 3:05 in the AM on AM 930 WPAT. And say hello to Dilly and Stuart out there on our Facebook. And I want to say hello to Tyreek on our Instagram. And Tyreek, I don't know if you gentlemen can see it. He sent us, I'm going to turn the screen around. Hope I'm not he sent us some of the, let's see if we can turn this around without disconnecting it. Tyreek sent us on Instagram some of the equipment he has. He's going to be here next week. We're going to see if we can get him a segment maybe with some R&B and some dance music from the 70s and the 80s. So I spoke to him over the weekend and he jumped to the idea. He's a guy, he's somebody like us that knows the business, that can appreciate it. So that's some system, huh?
Wow.
And that's on Instagram. He took the picture and sent it. So people say, we're on Instagram. If you go to Bodyguard 4, because I was a bodyguard before as a policeman, Bodyguard 4, just friend us and you can sign up for Instagram. It's amazing, isn't it? Social networking.
Incredible.
Yeah, love it.
Incredible. So what do we got, Stuart? I want to get to that, and then when we come back, I want to talk more about Denny's show. And I love this thing here. This is, not only was this used, I just thought of something. This doubled as back then it was Bell Telephone, New York, New Jersey Bell. This also, in addition to being a workman station, this was also, if I remember, a lot of the department stores would have them at the stations. They would have them at different stations, because this says 03. So this is probably, looks like it may be at a workstation.
Might have been at a workstation, or a lineman would use that to test the line.
And I
Wichita
worked.
lineman?
What's that?
The
A
Wichita
Wichita
lineman.
lineman.
Oh yeah, and speaking about Wichita Lineman, was written by Jimmy Webb.
Pass it over. We're going to let the listeners listen to what it sounds like. Do you guys all remember this old sound?
And I remember the old thing. My grandmother was in Jersey City, and it was 201, of course, the area code. Everything was 201 those days. 795 were the first three numbers. Well, you didn't dial 795. It was 201. Swarthmore 527. I think in Manhattan it was what, Murray Hill something.
Murray Hill.
And you two, I don't know. I don't think you two were as old as me. That.
I remember Plaza also.
Oh, you do Red Plaza 7?
Absolutely, yeah.
The hotel, and I remember going up to the hotel on Quaquin, this whole Plaza Hotel, where John, Luke, and Teddy and I were, I don't know if you were there, we went up where the Cole Porter piano is. I think that's in, is that the Hilton? Up on Park Avenue. We were up there, and back then it was chock full nuts coffee was $10 a cup. So I had 3 cups, so that was $30 plus tip. You're talking about 20 years ago. That's what it was.
Wow.
But it's well worth it. So I mean, I checked my pocket. I said, a little lean this week, but that's all right. But what we got stewed by Frank Sinatra and his
We're
friends.
going to do the tape that we finished today. We put together as Frank Sinatra and Friends, featuring Sammy Davis Jr.,
Nice.
Liza Minnelli,
Get your tape recorders ready, and when we come back,
Ella Fitzgerald.
I want to talk more about the Museum of Interesting Things, and we go jumping on the phones with you at 212-219-9695. And meanwhile, Frank Sinatra put this together just for you.
Flag, time, offsides.
Look at Charlie jealous.
No, you guys will team up and do that. That ain't fair.
Well, all right, but we don't have to do that. I mean, if we don't mention New York, you don't mention New York, I don't mention New York, Frank doesn't mention New York.
I don't know
Swell.
about that. I might want to mention New York.
Yeah, but we can't. I mean, we'll
Besides the leader.
make a bargain, right? So what do you want to do?
I don't care so long as we do something that's got style.
That ain't a song cue. I never heard it.
You be the guts, or you haven't got style. If you got it, it stands out a mile.
A flower's not a flower if it's wilted.
That's true. And a hat's not a hat unless it's tilted.
You be the guts, or you haven't got class.
How it draws the applause of the masses.
And remind everyone, we're going to be putting everything you're listening to on YouTube.
Can't wait. Did you post anything yet?
Well, obviously we're happening now, so I'm going to have to get it into the computer, and hopefully by tomorrow or the next day it'll be on YouTube.
Let me know. I would love to put it up there and look at it and reblog it and put it all around the place.
I'm going to shoot it onto the Museum of Interesting Things Facebook page, and everyone can link off there and tag it and share it and go crazy with it.
And we have your permission to put it on Instagram.
You have my permission.
Tumblr.
To do anything you like.
Tumbleweed is also very big. A lot of people, one of our producers showed me how to put all that on. It's pretty easy. It's just
Remember
a click.
the Tumbleweed Connection, the Elton John
Tumbleweed
album?
and... Hey, Morty, what the heck's going on? Who let these people in here? Thanks.
Yeah, you'll get service right away when you use
Yeah, they're probably...
Ford Model T.
Hey, who's the guy with the white jacket at the door? Is he here for me?
We're all in the white jackets.
What we got, Marty? And just ahead of, we're going to go back. What year is that, Denny, on the wax cylinder?
This is also early 1900s, before 1910, so we're talking probably 1902, 1903, something like that. This one is the Pussycat Rag.
All right, we're going to do it right after. We got to get to a special request because Morty's been on 13th Avenue there. And what is everybody, how are they doing with this weather down over there?
Oh, they love it today. I mean, today it actually feels like Florida. It's 49 degrees. And Steve of 13th Avenue, he said the Rays in
We got it. The raise, 45 RPM. Give me a hand, gentlemen. Give me a hand. Give it a push, and here we go. Perfect.
Herman's did a great cover of this.
Oh wow, I've got one or
We'll
two.
save Chris Montez for tomorrow morning, if that's okay with you. Good. And we've got the wax cylinder, the syncopated clock is all ready, and we're ready to go. And Teddy was actually here almost 2:45, which is good. He had a good time.
He had a good time.
Kicking it out of the park.
Yes, in fact, what we did was I ran over to the studio. We picked out a song that Bob was doing, so that I could take over, and I jumped in. And then Cynthia, right? Her name was we got a new security girl. And she came up here, right, Jared? This security girl wanted to know what the heck was going on up here. She saw all the people. She's brand new. She thought I was kidding around. I said I'm going up to the radio studio with my record case. So she came up because she said, radio? They never told her what was in this building. So she came up, she started dancing to I'm Your Boogeyman by Casey and the Sunshine Man. And I posted on Facebook, well, just enough time, Denny, got already? We posted on Facebook the picture of all the phone lines ringing. Somebody said, "Are they really lit?" My man knows what he's talking about, right, Marty? And Stuart and Denny, and about 3:57 a.m., just to have a good friend of brother mine, Batista, La Noche and Familia, to take you through the morning to the morning show. But what do we got? We got to who was that guy that came in? He's got a symbol. Watch out! He's coming after me! Ah! Okay, stop that. He's trying to get my crumb cake, Morty. What do we got? What do we got from 1902?
So we have got the Pussycat Rag on an original Thomas Edison cylinder record.
You all ready, Morty? 1902.
You're going to hear this right out of the horn of an Edison cylinder.
These guys are crazy, man. How's it sound? Good? Another one. That's right. I didn't know if Honey's in this yet. I didn't even know. But maybe he's afraid to come down the hall with us. Oh, go away, huh? Number 2 friend. Well, it's time for me to go. Only here, right, Morty? Danny and Stuart, all request show 1902. That's the syncopated clock. And Jeannie, and all I can say, thank you so much, Danny. Thank you, Stuart, for being here. Thank you, Morty, Deborah Sampson. Bob Ryan's in the control room. Gene Admeyer. Jim Gosling, our senior vice president, Arthur Lou, the chairman of the board of the multi-radio guys. Teddy Smith, John Luke, everybody there, Cheryl, and my security detail, Daniel. All I can say is thank you. Your closing words, Morty? And Stuart?
Thank you. Thank you. Great time. Great show.
Danny, do you have a good time?
I always do.
You're the best there. My good friend and brother, my Batista, is next. I'll catch you again tomorrow morning at 3 a.m. Herman is next. Herman, take it away. God bless you.
He may have them in the
Keep on doing it, baby. Oh,
There you go. We got a selfie. Our first selfie. Wait, we got a.